everyone, what's up and welcome to my channel. My name is Shandy. If you're new here, go ahead and hit that subscribe button below. Give this video a big thumbs up and be sure to comment down below as well. So today we're going to be creating an eye look that kind of just came to me, and I was like, why not go ahead and try to actually create this rather than just having a mental image of it. So that's what I did. And I used two different eyeshadow palettes. I used Kylie's Sipping Pretty palette and Natasha Denona's Love palette. So if you want to see how I created this eye look right here, then just go ahead and keep on watching. Okay, so you guys are already zoomed in, so I have absolutely nothing on my skin right now, and that's because I don't know if this is going to get messy and I'm going to have to clean it up. And I feel like with this eye look that I'm going to try my best to create is going to get pretty messy, and I'm going to have some cleanup to do. I do have tape in front of me, however, I don't think I'm going to use it just because of how I want this eye look to come out. And I do have two different eyeshadow palettes in front of me. I have Natasha Denona's Love palette, and that's because there's one specific shade in here that I want to use for the lid. And then I have Kylie Jenner's Sipping Pretty palette in front of me, and the reason why I have this palette and not another palette is because she has so many different shades of browns in here. There are like warm and cool tone browns all on like the side of her palette, and I am wanting to go into the browns. So I'm going to take my ColourPop E21 brush, and I'm going to go into let's see, this shade right here, this brown one. There's no name on it, so I'm not sure of the name, but again, it's this one right here. So I'm very lightly going to get my brush, and then what I'm going to do, let me zoom you in just a little bit more. So I'm going to take this brown and I'm going to go directly into my crease. But what I'm going to attempt to do is kind of bring it out. So let me go ahead. And I'll start from the inner corner and then I'll kind of go outwards with it. So I'm going to have to go back into that brown shade again because I'm going in with a little bit at a time. And I'm not pressing too hard just because I want to make sure I focus it into that crease. I'm just going to go back towards the inner lid, the inner corner, just because I need to build up that brown. Now, so now I've kind of got my brown down. So now what I'm going to do is kind of sweep it out. So kind of like a wing in a way. I'm just kind of like building that shade. I'm going a little bit above my crease now. So I want to make sure that brown is pretty intense. Again, I'm going to go back out. So your hardest part is going to be obviously trying to get them to match up, but like I said, it's fine because you are going to have to do some cleanup. So right now we just want to make sure it's intense and you have it pretty far out right now. So basically you're going to the tail end of your brow, but a little bit past. Just because when we clean up, you'll see what I'm talking about. Okay, so you're going to go in with your P. Louise. Now what you're going to do is you're going to completely coat your eyelid, but you're going to also bring it up a little bit too. So it's gonna look like that. I've already done this eye for you, that way you can see what I'm talking about. But as you can tell, you can still see it right now. So even when I have my eye open, you can tell it's up a little bit above your eyelid, just because you want to kind of like fake the appearance. And we have a reason for that. Okay, so I did go ahead and grab a makeup wipe, and I already started wiping this eye off with just the corner of it, because you want to get it. So basically it's like you're gonna do a wing liner and you go up with it to clean up that bottom part. This side, however, isn't that messy for me. We're gonna go into Natasha Denona's palette now, and the shade I'm gonna use in here is, first I'm gonna put that everywhere that we put that P. Louise, so it's this shade right here. I'm just gonna take another flat brush for that. It's the same one, it's the ColourPop E3, it's just I have 2 of these brushes. So, go everywhere that you went with that P. Louise. Okay, now going in with my Glam and Beauty, it's a small angled brush, and back into Kylie's palette here. We're gonna take this very light brown shade right here. And now what we're gonna do might be too light. So basically what I'm doing, but it's kind of too light right now, is I'm kind of just making like little circles in a way. Just kind of like little designs. What I'm gonna do is we're gonna go into this shade right here. So all over our lid we use, or anyways, all over our crease we use this shade, but now we're gonna go with this shade. And what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go everywhere that I applied that really light brown shade, I'm gonna go right on top of it. So taking my ColourPop E20 brush, Kylie has a black shade in here, and we're gonna take this black shade here, and we're basically outlining around those brown spots that we made. So it should look like that. So now what I'm gonna do is go back with my little angled brush, and I'm gonna go back with that really light brown shade, and then again with that darker brown shade. So again, the shade right here, and then this shade, because I'm going to make another little circle. more towards like the inner corner of my eye. Now going back with our E20 brush in that black shade. So very, very gently pressing. So then it should look like that. Okay, so I took that E20 brush and that black shade and pushed it as far up to my lash line as I could on the top. And then I applied my IT Cosmetics Superhero mascara as well. So going back into her Sipping Pretty palette, we're going to take our small, I almost dropped it. We're going to take our small angled brush and we're going to go in with this shade right here. And I'm going to just push that up against my lower lash line. Alright, so now that we have that down, I'm going to go back with my E20 brush and back into that black shade. And I'm just going to push this up against my lash line as well. Okay, and then once I've applied that, I'm going to go in with my Benefit Bad Gal Bang Mascara on my lower lash line. Alright you guys, so here is the completed eye look. I think it turned out really good. This idea just kind of came to me last night whenever I laid down to go to bed. I don't know why, but I was like, you know what, I'm going to try to create that, and why not go ahead and try to create it on my channel. That way if it does turn out and looks good or whatever, then you guys can see it, or if it doesn't turn out, then either way, I can film it for you